Hi everyone, Rob here again for the next FA Talent Hub physical preparation session. I'm pleased to see everybody is getting on well, progressing these skills. You know, the speed component, the jump component, all of those movement patterns. I keep saying the same thing, but it's absolutely crucial that we ingrain these movements so that they can better transfer to football when we're in a position to start playing again. So some similar warm-up patterns, and I'll start now. Side steps. Okay, we're going to do a single leg stalk now. So that's really going to challenge your stability and balance. Really important thing, like we said, is that we hinge at the hip. We keep just a little bit of flexion in our supporting knee. When I get to the bottom of that position, I should almost be able to balance a cup of water on the back. Okay, next into skips. Forwards, then backwards. Okay, squat pattern. Reverse lunge into a knee lift, slightly different one. Front shin nice and vertical. When you drive back up to the top with my front leg, I really drive through my hip and try and push my whole foot through the ground. Okay, walking quadriceps. Done that one a few times now. Walking hip. Shin, knee, lift. Shin, knee, and then lift. Okay, Carioca's crossing over, moving the hip a bit. Okay, something a bit different. Into a press up position. Walk out. So I keep my trunk nice and braced. Walk out into a press up. Nice straight line between the shoulder blades, the lower back and the knees, and then push back up. Feel that it also stretches through my hamstrings. Into our leg swings. So again, we go forwards and backwards or linear, side to side or lateral leg swings. Okay, we're going to do a lateral lunge, quite wide. Okay, our shuffle. Some really good progress on that shuffle from what I've seen. So let's make that really dynamic. Transfer the weight, turn the shoulders, push off the outside foot, move back in the outside, move back in the other direction. Okay, we're going to open up the upper spine. Good. Okay, so into some vertical jumps. Using the arms, now that we're bringing these in, the arms gives us maybe 10% more height than if we put them on the hips. So you're looking for lots of height, looking to go into your semi-squat and then drive as high as you can. Extend, knee, hip, knee, ankle. Just what we're doing when we accelerate, change direction and run at fast speed. Okay, so we're going to go into a little bit of an agility drill. I've got 3 cones. You don't have to have cones. We've done this at the training ground with cones and also with small 6-inch micro hurdles. I know some people have got these, which is great. Put any marker down. One foot in between them. Starting on the outside, doesn't matter which side. I'll do it at speed. Okay, put this on the session sheet, okay, the document. We're going to do that for 10 to 12 seconds, slightly longer, okay? But what we are also going to do is we're going to add in a sprint. So I'm going to show you the other way around. Mine's not really quick. I'm sure yours will be quicker. Okay, so you're doing the drill laterally. Then, when somebody gives you a go, after you've done it for 10 to 12 seconds, you make that sprint over 10 meters. So you can pace your meters out just by long steps will do. It doesn't need to be exact. Okay. We've used the hurdles, but again, you could use a small cone or anything you've got. Two-footed jump, land 1 foot. Okay, so obviously both sides. Take off 2, land 1. Bit more challenging. We talked before about using the tins. The tins would work as creating some sort of height at the same size as the hurdle. Moving laterally now, take off 2, land 1 on the outside. We haven't done this one before, but a variation of. So the really important thing is when I land that, I'm making sure that my knee, okay, is over my toes. So I don't want it to land and fall in. Okay, that's really important. Certainly if you've got a CP, that we're trying to control that, or anybody really, because if the knee falls in at speed, we've got more of a chance of having a knee injury. So we're trying to get that nice stable landing. Okay, so we've done this before. Going to recap on the lateral shuffle into sprint. So it's a fast lateral shuffle. Hips are sitting down a little bit. Nice and athletic and braced. On that side, I pushed off my left here, outside foot, and then low. Remember when we did the sprints on the last session, or the accelerations? We practiced that. We practiced getting up off our face into some low fast steps. So if you need to practice that in your warm-up, put that into your warm-up to learn that skill of accelerating better. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Now, one thing that is difficult to show you because I can't move the camera is we can also add in another bit to that. So what you could do is, if you have somebody with you, is when you get to this middle cone, they've put two cones out diagonally, one 5 meters out that way and one 5 meters out that way. This one's yellow, this one's white, as an example, or any color. When you get to here, the person who's there kind of assisting you, coaching you, shouts out a color when you get to this cone. So as you come off this one and you get to here, they shout the color and then you rapidly accelerate off into that direction. Okay? So I'll give you a little bit of a demonstration. I'm gonna say that that's yellow out there. Yellow. So hopefully you could sort of see that I had a little bit of getting to that point and then a change of direction. Okay? The next step obviously is to run onto a ball. Somebody passing a ball into you. Okay. I've got my medicine ball again, 2 kilos. I'm going to practice the vertical toss, but you've got, obviously if you haven't got this, use your football. Okay, basketball, that'll do the same. So I'm trying to land the ball straight back down on the same spot. This is using our jumping pattern again. Dipping down, semi-squat. Finishing high, letting it bounce, and then taking it back. Right, we're gonna do one which is much more challenging now, okay? And we're gonna do something which is called an underarm forwards throw. I'll show you. So I've dipped down, my weight's through the middle of my foot, my heels are down. I've then transferred my weight forwards, okay, to release it out here. And that's just like me accelerating. So you're really gonna work on that. Okay, a little bit of work now on the trunk, or you might call it the core. So, okay, so there's the side plank, holding that position there. Nice straight line. We're then going to try and go into this shape. So that's working right through the front. Now, we're trying to stay in what we call a dish shape there. Now, if that is too hard with straight legs, that position is a little bit easier, which you can hold there. Okay, a little bit of balance work. So you're going to stand on one leg. We're going to hold this knee up, and you are then going to try and hold this position for 30 to 45 seconds. Okay, trying to stay long. So imagine, as we've talked about before, there's a balloon on top of your head, helium balloon pulling you tall, and you're nice and braced. Imagine that you're on one leg. Okay, there's a defender there. You may be taken off balance. Okay, your single leg balance is going to be really important. Okay, so we'll do both sides. Now, if we want to make this more challenging, pretty challenging like this, but if we want to make this just a little bit tougher, what we can do is we can have somebody throwing a football or a basketball in at us, chest pass, and I hold here, I receive the ball, that person's about 2 meters away, and I throw it back and forwards to them to really work through my trunk, but also concentrate more on my single leg balance. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do is a little bit different today. Okay, and I really just need to talk you through this, is we're going to do some acceleration runs and sprints. So you need to find, now you can get outside more, find a football field if you can, or anywhere that's safe, and over 30 meters, so 30 big paces, we're going to put 2 cones out, or 2 markers out, whatever you need, 2 jumpers. Okay, and what I want you to do is gradually build up. Do the first run at about 70% of top speed. If that's okay, then gradually build the speed up to 100%. You put it on the document, but what you're going to do on this is 2 sets of 4 30-meter sprints. So that's going to be 8 sprints in total, 2 sets of 4 30-meter sprints, okay? But you're going to walk back in between to recover. Once you've done the first set of 4, okay, you're going to have 3 minutes rest, and then you're going to do it again. Good stuff. So, a couple of things around flexibility as well. So I want you to make sure at the end of the session we stretch the hip flexors. So you're going to go into the stretch here. And I feel that stretch through the top of my hip, front knee vertical, body upright, okay, front shin vertical. So I want you to hold that for 45 seconds, twice each leg. What we're also going to do is stretch the hamstrings. Foot into this position. Sit up nice and tall, into the stretch. Again, you're going to hold that for 45 seconds. Great stuff. That's it for now, and I'll speak to you all soon.